But before we get into it, what up, Kai? Before we get into it, discussing these bosses for Shadow of the Erdtree. No, I'm not listening to Eminem. I don't like him. Never have, never will. What's the name? Before we get into these bosses, just so we're clear, this is my personal list. This is based off my skill set, my experience. This is not a definitive list. This is just where I would rank them. So some things might be different for you. You know, anytime you do these tier lists, people get mad. Your opinions, it's my opinion. Relax. Relax. We're just shooting the shit. We're having fun. I'm thankful for Hokage highlights since I can always watch your stream. True. I appreciate it, KJ. Nah, I'm glad I made the channel, bro. That channel's blowing the fuck up right now. So, sometimes you got to relinquish the ego and make the content that the people want versus what you want to make. A win's a win, right? You mean you never had Lose Yourself on a Loop? Nope, I've never liked Eminem. This is not a secret. I respect Eminem in terms of like his skill set. Like he can rap. Like I'm never gonna take that away. Like he's a skilled rapper, but in terms of how I ever enjoyed his music, no. If you turn him on, I'm not gonna be like, yo, turn that shit off. But like his music is just not, it's not relatable to me. Anyways, let's get into it. I have the exact same sentiment for Eminem. Yeah, like I respect him as a rapper. It's just, he's not for me. Let's get into it. We're going to go down the list. Nah, I'm going to tell you to turn it off. We're going to go down the list the way it is. Starting with the Ancient Dragon Man, which I'm going to be honest, we're going to have to go on Google because I don't remember the names of all these I don't remember the Ancient Dragon Man. I don't remember that one. So we're going to do this Ancient Dragon Man fight. So I can at least get a picture of it to remember. I beat every bull. Oh, this is the dude in the dragon lair. The dude in the dragon lair, I think. You gonna get some footage? Yeah, it's the dude in the dragon lair. Okay. Where would I rank the Ancient Dragon Man? He wasn't a hard fight to me. E for who? Nah. I'll put him in easy. I wouldn't say very easy or the easiest, because like that would imply like I probably never died. But I think I got him on my 4th or 5th try. He wasn't hard. He was very easy to stagger. Also not a super memorable fight. He had a cool little sword or whatever, but he wasn't anything particularly interesting to me. Yo, shout out to Black Math Nerd with the sub. Appreciate it. You babysitting tonight so JG can stream for 4 hours? You're trying too hard, man. You're trying too hard with the jokes. Let's not change the narrative, guys. Let's not change the narrative. Let's not try to let somebody shape the story. You know, all that Mickey stuff didn't matter until somebody didn't start playing well. Then it was Moonveil carried, switched my weapon, started doing good. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to get into it. JG's a better gamer than me. I'm waving the white flag. JG's a better gamer than me, even though he summoned last night again. Anyways, let's see. Ancient Dragon. I remember him. He was the one before Bale at the top of the... He was at the one at the top of the hill. I'm not gonna lie. He was fucking annoying. I remember him. If you don't remember him, let's see. Ancient Dragon. Yes, we know. Trump got you. You're not breaking any news in the chat. Guys. We know Trump got shot. This dude, if you remember him in Shadow of the Erdtree, I did find him to be a little difficult. Not the hardest. I'd put him at B tier. Just because like his lightning was annoying. Some of the hitboxes on it were kind of annoying. Also, this was a pretty cool fight in terms of aesthetics. But I hate fucking dragon fights. I feel like I struggle with those. That was the 3rd hardest for me. I might move him, like by default, I put him at difficult. I think I spent maybe an hour and a half on him, and I just feel like some of his hitboxes were bad. And then like dragon fights, the fucking camera, I just don't enjoy. Some people really like that shit. I don't enjoy dragon fights. Those are some of my least favorites. And following up right after him is Bale which was the dragon, the Ultra Instinct dragon, I'm going to put him at very difficult. I'm going to put him above it. Same thing. I don't like dragon fights. The camera was bad in this one. The camera was Ultra Instinct bad. Matter of fact, I'd argue, and some of y'all might, you said you put it at S tier. The only reason I'm not putting it at S tier is because I felt like some of it was artificial difficulty. It wasn't legit difficulty. Because like, in my opinion, the actual fight, the dance with Bale was not hard. His attack patterns were not hard. He was a very slow moving character. The problem with Bale is the fucking camera. So it felt a little artificial difficult once you understood how to fight him. There was literally a moment where I staggered him. Oh my fucking God, the group chat. Hold up, y'all. I gotta mute this shit. Trump, 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 Trump. Sound like you niggas in the comments. There was literally a moment where I staggered him on stream and he fell on top of me. And I missed my stagger, my critical hit, because I couldn't see where the fuck I was going. So I feel like A tier is fair for me. If his actual like patterns were a little bit more difficult, because he wasn't a reflex test to me. He was more of a gimmick. I put him at A tier. I feel like that's fair. He was one of the harder fights in the DLC, but not the hardest. You got stuck inside of him. Yeah, pretty much. Couldn't you make that same argument for Redon? No, I'm gonna get to that. We'll get to that. Black Knight Erdtree. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this one. Hold up. I beat every boss and I don't remember all of them because I just watched so many. Which one is that? Okay, YouTube want to load slow all of a sudden. Yo, shout out to Night J with the sub. Oh, this dude in the castle. He was easy. He only killed me once, and that was because I was remember we found him when the Kaisenat shit happened, where he fired all the fireworks off, and I paused. I alt tabbed out of the game and hid in the bushes to watch the clip, and he killed me. That was the only time. When I came back and beat him. So technically I never died to him. He was easy. I'd actually put him under probably easiest. None of the apps are loading correctly right now. It might be because that Trump shit might be crashing the internet. Everybody's looking for the clips. You did kind of slide on a couple of these bosses. I feel like I had a great run when it comes to Shadow of the Erdtree. In terms of consistency, the only real wall I ran into, I felt like, was Redon. Like, he was a hard fight for me. But other than that, like, Bell was just some bullshit. I felt like I had a very consistent run. Didn't use any summons. Didn't get terribly frustrated. Some of these bosses that we're going to get to that people said was hard, I washed them. But hey, man. I'm not going to troll anymore. Moonveil carried. Let's see. That was the Black Knight Agent. Who's the Black Knight Garu? I don't remember that one. Was that the same thing? Black Knight. Let me say Black Knight Garu. Oh wait, no, I confused them. Oh, you know what? This one was the one that was, he was in the reprimand fort. Okay, I confused. I put this at very easy. I'm gonna put him at super easy. I think I died to him once, and it was because I didn't see. That was the one that was waiting at like the end of the hallway. I did die to him once, but that's because I didn't expect. Like, I wasn't ready. I confused. They were both easy though. I just came from Costco. What you cop at Costco? Let the people know. I only struggled with two bosses, Rala and Redon, only because the only thing was more. What's her name? With Rala, it was only because I realized I didn't have the tree fragments. I downloaded her attack pattern very quickly. I didn't think she was very hard. That's the one with the frog tongue. I washed him. Black Gull Knight. I'm gonna put him at average. He wasn't, attack pattern wise, he was easy. But I put him at average difficulty because he might have had the highest poise of any boss in the game. A lot of people struggled with him. He was a cheese ass boss. But like, in terms of difficulty and attack pattern, he was very easy to poke. Every time I died, it was just because I got greedy. He was only, I felt like he was artificially difficult, but he wasn't like, it wasn't something hard to download. So I put him at average just because he had very high poise, but his attack patterns were easy. I don't even remember him. He was He was a how you not he went viral. This was like the first boss I seen everybody posting on social media because a lot of people struggled with him because he has you could not break his poise. He would just swing through your shit. But he was easy. Chief Blood Fiend. Which one was that? Chief Blood Fiend. He was to the very left at the beginning. Which one is this? Oh, he was easy. I watched him. That's very easy. I remember that. I found him in the blood cavern. I literally snuck up behind him and like comboed him up. I beat him first try. He was very easy. Welcome to the DLC as boss. Pretty much. What up, Panda? He was very easy. I didn't fight him. Yeah, you find him in a cavern. I pulled up a hit list and just fought every boss. He was very easy. His attack patterns were very slow. He was just a harder version of those little gremlins that you find on the side of the mountain, but I beat him first try. He was easy. Commander Gaius. This is another bullshit ass boss, bro. He was one of the few bosses I did struggle with. I'm torn between difficult and very difficult. You know what? I'll put him at very difficult because I spent more time on him than him. I put Commander Gaius at very difficult. But once again, it's because it's the same thing as Bail the Dread. His attack patterns were not that bad. Commander Gaius. He was just a bullshit ass boss. He's the one boss in the game that like, if they patched him, I wouldn't be mad. His hitboxes were bullshit on that front charge. Shit that you were rolling out of the way, it was still hitting you. The number of times that I died from if you stand behind him, he would back kick you. I'd be standing to his side on his stomach and it would still connect. I died so many times like that. It was bullshit. So like it was a little bit more difficult than some of the other bosses, but it felt artificially difficult. It didn't feel real difficult. I got kicked by the thighs. It was bullshit. And I spent more time on him. So I'm going to put him up there with he was one of the harder bosses for me. I think they did patch his hitbox. Nah, I don't think they patched the hitbox. They patched where he spawns. So now he spawns even further back. So it's easier to get ready to roll out of the way. But I don't think they patched his hitboxes. But he was one of the harder fights for me but it was because of some bullshit. Count Amir. That was the king, right? Let me make sure. Count. That was the one that was sitting on the chair. Yeah, that was the one sitting on. That was easy. I washed him. Wasn't the easiest. I don't remember struggling at all. I put that under very easy. I'm pretty sure I washed him on the first try. I don't feel like he was a real boss either. He was just kind of like a plot point. Get out of the fucking way so I can get an item. But I don't feel like he was a real boss fight. Did y'all see Trump? Nah, Trey, tell us what happened, man. Yo, shout out to Rookie with the sub. Tell us what happened, man. Curse Blade Labyrinth? Curse Blade Labyrinth. Which one is that? You said not L bait. Hey, I respect that you figured out my sarcasm. That shit looks staged. Nah, I don't know, man. Cause the Beyblade, I watched him. I don't think it was staged just cause like if you're gonna hire someone to create some drama, you pay them to miss. From what I saw, I think he got grazed. I think that was real. And that's even worse. That's one of the things I hope it's fake and some paperwork comes out or some payments or some documents come out. You don't want that shit to be real because like they're gonna worship that man. Because like you pay somebody to miss to create drama. You don't pay them to shoot you. That's too risky. Curse Blade, I didn't struggle. I put him under easy. He was only a little annoying because of all the spinning he would do, but I pieced him up pretty good. I think I died like 2 or 3 times to him. Dancer of Rana. That's the girl that kept spinning, right? Dancer of Rana. I think that is her, because that's the one that gives you the swords. Yeah, she was easy. I'm not gonna lie, she was easy. That's another one I washed. I died to her once, so I'm gonna put her under easy. And I'm gonna be honest, I died to her because I was being greedy. If I really want, I could put her under very easy. They could have put fake blood on the ear. I don't know, man. Let's let it all play out and see. For now, we talking about these bosses. Death Knight version 1. I don't remember that. Death Knight. All the bosses like that were relatively easy. Yeah, I feel like I breezed through the DLC for the most part. Version 1. It's Elden Ring time. Death Knight version 1. Oh, this dude. I think this is the one with the lightning blades at the bottom of the labyrinth. Why is YouTube loading so slow? It was. Okay, this is the first one you ran into early game. He wasn't that bad. I accidentally figured out how to beat him very quickly. I feel like these fights could have been bad if you didn't know how to fight them. But then, like, I instantly figured it out because, like, I rolled near a pillar and then I realized he was whiffing on the pillar. So then you could just hide behind pillars and cheese him. So I think it took me like 30 minutes to beat him. I died a few times, so I'm not going to put him at easiest or very easy. He also wasn't, I'll put him at average. Same thing with the Death Knight too, because I remember the second version too. I'll put them both at average. The command grab stealing your health to heal was annoying. I just hid behind the pillars on both of them, so I remember both of them. They weren't too bad in my opinion. I wouldn't put them under easy, but like I had to sit up a little bit, but they weren't that damn hard. The Deathrite Bird. Oh my god, this one was a nightmare, and it's crazy because this is a fucking repeat boss. Some of y'all might not agree with this, but like I'm gonna put. I had trouble with him. The Deathrite Bird. Bird Shadow, the Erdtree. He was fucking annoying. Once again, this one felt like artificial difficulty too. If you had to cheese him, wouldn't that make him hard? No. Because there's no correct way to win a fight other than don't fucking summon and sit in the corner and cast spells. But if I'm running a fade and I outsmarted the AI, I won the war. You know, why would I sit there and let you hit me? Fucking this fight was annoying just because yeah, all the minions. So anytime you died, you had to kill like 10 of them damn death birds. And then like this is like right when I switched to the great katana. So like I feel like this fight, because they had fights like this in the base game, and anytime I fought one of them with a moon veil, I did wash them. Because with the moon veil, the overhead slash, it gave you a lot of range, so his height didn't matter. But with a regular ass katana, this fight was fucking annoying because the camera kept spinning all over the place. So this is one of those fights, it's only hard depending on what weapon you're using, I think. And if you're using a regular sword, he's kind of fucking annoying. When you put it like that, yeah, that's a great point. I did the same shit with the Divine Lion. But as long as you ain't summoning, using Mimic Tears, you still outsmarted the enemy. I'm gonna put him I'll put him at difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him at difficult because of that. If I was using a moon veil, I'd probably put him at average though. But because of the sword, he was difficult for me that time. And he also had the AoEs with the frostbite. It was kind of annoying with the birds. The Demi-Human Queen Margara. I think that's the one before you got the Starlight Sword. Let me see. Demi. The pictures are kind of small. Demi-Human Margara. How you spell that shit? M-A Mariga. Whoa, that's kind of Mariga. Elden Ring. Why is it not coming up? Yeah, this is the one before you find the Starline Sword. This one was easy. I found this one early. This is one of the first bosses I fought. This one wasn't hard at all. I don't even think I had a lot of Skidoo fragments either. I ran a Holy Sword, so it was easy. I think Redon is weak to Holy. That's why you had the right setup. Yeah, this name a little racist. What you mean, right? Yeah, this one was easy. She swung really low. You just had to really slow. You just had to dodge her magic, and then you could just. I picked off all the minions with a bow and arrow. This was one of the easiest fights actually in the game. I died once to her, but it was because I was being greedy. I was playing like an idiot. Because I died once to her, I'll put her under very easy. But I could argue for easiest. Mariga. Demi-human sword master. I think that was Yoda. Demi-human sword master. What's up, my riggers? Yeah, that was Yoda. I washed him. No, I died like 3 or 4 times. He wasn't hard though. Cause like he was just a harder version of that one you ran into earlier. What the fuck is going on with YouTube? Yeah, that was Master Yoda. I washed him. I'm gonna put him under easy too, cause he was a gimmick. He had very low stagger or poise, so all you had to do was bop him upside the head, and all that moving didn't matter. He wasn't hard, but I died a couple of times just playing like a jackass. The Divine Beast Lion. I think I died twice to him. A lot of y'all are not going to agree with it. A lot of Mickey gameplay you find it on YouTube. They not part of my friend group, so I don't care. Y'all can do what y'all want. I'm going to put him at average just because some people might not agree with that. So the thing about the thing about when I fought the Divine Dancing Lion, I was over leveled by the time I got to him. So it's kind of hard for me to judge how difficult he was. Although I did fight the second one and I washed him too, and the second one is harder. I'm going to put him at average. Just because I was over leveled. I think I beat him on the second try. That being said, if I was at like the right level, I don't think I would have spent more than an hour on him. Like his attack pattern wasn't that hard. I didn't really find him to be particularly. I downloaded him very quickly, regardless of like my power level. So like, I think a lot of y'all just suck. I think I'm gonna put him at average. Like he was all right. That was the first real boss fight. It was a C tier. So you agree it's average then? Like you had to sit up a little bit, but like he telegraphed a lot of his moves. The Falling Star Beast buff. That was from the first game. That was a repeat boss. All the repeat bosses were a disappointment. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put him under very easy. Fought him before, very slow moving, telegraphed a lot of his moves. I think I died once or twice because I was being greedy and playing like a jackass. But because I died, I'll put it under very easy. He wasn't hard. I remember him. That's the bull that was near the fingers and shit. Yo, they tried to kill Trump. Go to Twitter. What? No way, Mustang. No way. Hey, breaking news, chat. Breaking news. Furnace golems. We got some breaking news. Furnace golem. I'm gonna put them at average. Yeah, I'll put them at average. Attack patterns are easy, but they were still kind of difficult just because they were so tanky. These bosses were just a test of your patience. They were fucking annoying. Every time I got to one, I was just like, I don't want to fight this thing again. I think they would have been. I think the first time you fought one, it was really cool. But after that first one, they were all the same fight. I think they would have been a little bit more interesting if they changed up the patterns. This was artificial difficulty. It was just really tanky, but the attack patterns were very easy. So like, I'll put it at like average. Attack patterns easy, but because of the tankiness and a test of your patience, I'll put it at average. I only killed one of them. After that, it was done. I only kept killing them because they gave you cracked tiers, like upgrades. Especially the armored ones. Like one you had to throw pots in. It was kind of like gimmicky. It was kind of fucking annoying. Ghost Flame Dragon version 1. Which one was that? I did struggle with one of those. Ghost Flame Dragon version. One of them summoned. Ghost Flame. Oh, I didn't struggle with him. This is the one that was in the lake. This is actually where you picked up the Great Katana. This one wasn't hard. I'll put it at average. I died like 4 or 5 times to him, but I didn't spend that long on him. It was like a 30-minute run on him. He wasn't particularly hard. It was just another dragon. Just stayed on the horse and chipped away at his ankles. Yeah, I remember that's the one in the lake that gave you the Great Katana. The Ghost Flame Dragon that had all the people fighting, it was annoying. Yeah, I think the version 2 is the one that gave me trouble. Let's see, version 2. Version 2. This is the one that says Cerulean. Yeah, this is the one that annoyed the shit out of me. I struggled with. I did spend like an hour and a half on this one. But I think I was under leveled too. Like I wasn't supposed to be here yet. But he was still annoying because with this one, he was the most different out of all of them. He summoned minions. So then you were fighting hundreds of enemies, not hundreds, but a bunch of minions while fighting him. So he was kind of even if I was on level, I feel like he still would have been annoying just because he had backup. So because of that, I'm going to put him at difficult. I did struggle with him for a little bit. That Glow's Flame Dragon, that was tough. That was the V2, but that was, yeah. So I'm going to put him at difficult. Not the hardest, but he made me sweat a little bit. Did he also have the homing flame? He did. It'd be times where like you run to the left or right and it would still hone into you. And don't you dare run straight back. You were done. So yeah, he was one of the more annoying dragons. He was one of the more annoying dragons. This one might be controversial. The next one is the Golden Hippo. Now, a lot of people struggle with this fight. If you were in my stream though, this was another fight. Everybody said, oh, he's gonna wash you. Yo, lock in. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of washed the Golden Hippo. And I was under leveled for this fight, I believe. Because if you remember, if you watch my playthrough, I was under leveled for Commander Gaius and the Golden Hippo. I found them by accident. I was just exploring, minding my business. I was fighting shit I wasn't supposed to be fighting, including the Moon Knight. So I stumbled behind him. I was like, fuck it, I'm here. We gonna fight. This is before I really started collecting fragments. I actually had a lot of people said he was easy. I didn't think he was hard. His movements were very slow. He telegraphed a lot of his movements. Even his second phase, it was more flash than substance. All you had to do was roll out the goddamn way when he was shooting the spikes and shit. Did the stream cut out? Nah. Honestly, depends on your build, but I say C wasn't hard. He was just annoying. I'm gonna put him at C2. I did die like maybe 5 or 6 times, but I don't remember spending more than like 45 minutes on him. He was like a 30 to 45 minute. It wasn't even an hour that I beat him. He wasn't that hard, but because I did die a handful of times, I'll put him at average. But like a lot of people I think would rank him higher. He wasn't hard to me. Like I downloaded it pretty quickly and then it became, all right, you know that phase where like you download the movements? All right, let me put it all together and execute. I felt like I was focused on executing much sooner than I thought I would be because people hyped that boss fight up. I can't see the stream either. Are y'all trolling? Let me pull my shit up. Hold up. Let me check because I can see you good. Stream's fine for me. Says I'm live on Twitch. What's going on with the internet, bro? YouTube's bugging. It's good on my end. They're trolling. It's actually fucking up for me right now. Maybe the internet's fucking up. A lot of sites might be down because YouTube has been loading slow for me too. Trump crashing the servers. It might be. A lot of people probably are searching for that clip. It's crashing websites probably. But if most people are saying it's good, we'll keep it moving then. Don't worry, it'll be on Hokage highlights. The Jagged Peak Dragon. I don't remember. Was that the first dragon that was fighting the other one? Jagged Peak Dragon. They just live in Cleveland. I think it is fucking up because like I keep going from like 500 to 300 viewers. The numbers are all over the place. It's really weird. I think the internet is fucking up. Yeah, this is the one where you found the 2 dragons fighting. This one was not hard. I think this took me 3 tries. Just because like the first 2 times I tried to fight, like hop into the fight, and then I realized like just let them fight, come in, sneak some hits in. The key is you had to let the other dragon do most of the work and then come in and finish the job. He wasn't particularly hard. Where would I put it though? I feel like I spent more time on, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably put it under easy. I feel like I spent more time on the hippo. Yeah, he's the first dragon you fight. The Lamenter. Which one is the Lamenter? Elden. The Lamenter. Random question, but do you have a favorite cologne, TBH? Yeah, I do, but I'm not telling y'all. Y'all niggas can't listen. I don't gatekeep a lot of things, but one thing I will is cologne. You niggas not allowed to smell like me. Go to the store and find a scent for yourself. Ask for help. Oh shit. I'm gatekeeping my shit. Let's see. Where Dior Sauvage? You said I agree with that. Where Dior Sauvage? That's what all the niggas wear, bro. That's what all the niggas wear, bro.
This is a weird in existence. So let's say 6 are still alive. What's
giving all the damn nerds up.
Summon a
this gimmick ass boss
of shades.
Which one was this?
War value, which doesn't seem.
Oh, this was he wasn't even hard. He was a gimmick. I think I died a handful of times to him, but it was because like it was just a gimmick. Once you figured out the gimmick, he was an easy boss. TVH uses Axe confirmed. Yeah, I use Axe body spray. Let's go with that. I'm gonna put him under easy. I did die a couple times, but because I just didn't know how to fight him. But once you figured out this nigga was running a mimic tier, we got him the fuck up out of here. Yo, shout out to Black Leaf Ninja with the sub. Appreciate it. Ooh, Mesmer the Impaler. This one, a lot of you are probably gonna disagree with. You probably are gonna remember if you're just coming into the stream. This is my list. I'm not saying this is what the Elden Ring community thinks. I'm not saying this is what you think. This is simply from my personal experience of what I struggled with, what my fights were like. I know most people would probably rank him probably A or S tier, maybe B, somewhere around here. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. And anybody who was in my stream, you were watching, I only spent an hour on Mesmer. He wasn't that hard to me. I'm gonna be honest. I have the footage to back it up. I watched him. And I'm gonna be honest, I could have did it in under an hour. It was a couple times where I got greedy and I fucked up because I was playing like a jackass. I got the footage. I downloaded him very quickly. You can go watch the fight. I quickly figured out you could duck a lot of his moves. You keep moving behind him because he would overswing. The thing about, this is how I know you niggas never been in a fight. The thing about Mesmer, or anybody who uses a staff, this is a troll for show, now you bugging. I'm not bugging. I have the footage. The thing about people who use staffs, your first thought should be, get close. A lot of you niggas kept fucking dodging backwards and getting stabbed by him. The footage is tampered. You just had to dodge into him. And then that move where he would go, I quickly figured out you roll forward and then you tap forward on the analog stick and then you just stand still and everything would miss you. Because I think that was the one move that a lot of people got, a lot of people were getting hit by. The only thing that I kind of struggled with him, because I downloaded that first phase quick, was the snakes. There was some visual clutter there that made it feel artificially difficult, but I downloaded that pretty quickly too. Seems to be the trend with that. I felt like Mesmer was actually probably one of the best fights in the DLC. He was a good test of your knowledge of the game, your skills, your reflexes. It was a very fair fight. I did not find him to be very hard. I know a lot of people struggle, but this is my personal experience. We have the footage. There's no cap in my rap. I thought it was a fun fight. My favorite boss out of the DLC. He was one of my favorites too. Very stylish, great character design. It was a skill check. And he ain't check me. Lore was fire too. Yeah. Meteor, the mother of fingers. Is that he's my favorite fight. No way he's on the same level as the hippo though. I didn't struggle with either. I mean, if you was in my stream, I felt like I had a great run during the DLC. This is why I said y'all got to stop letting people shift the narrative. If you watched my whole stream, I did my thing during this. I felt like I redeemed myself with Liza P, and I was the first in GI to beat it on Grandmaster Jedi Survivor. But I don't know. I feel like Shadow Erdtree, I did my thing too. Hey, TBH, new here, but really enjoy the content. Have you heard about? Yeah, I heard about it. Welcome to the stream, kitty. Welcome. Motherfuckers don't want to clout me up. They want to clout me up. I got better at these games. The only boss I saw you struggle with was Redon. And I admitted I struggled with him. I did. I feel like that was the first real wall. Even with Commander Geist and Bale, I spent a little bit longer on them, but I never felt like I couldn't win. I was just getting bullshitted. You were also over leveled for him, so you did more damage. Oh, okay. So now, oh, okay. So now because I win, now first of all, I feel like that's a fair argument. Y'all see how they always move the goalposts? I feel like that's a fair argument. If I spent the whole stream just hunting for fragments because I wanted to be over leveled. If you watched my stream, did I not explore? Did I not explore? I was just playing the game. Now it's like, oh, you was over leveled. We got the receipt. Cut it out. You see how they keep moving the goalposts? First it was Moonveil carried. Then you had too many fragments. What are we talking about here? And to keep it a buck, do I not play every RPG like that? I love to explore, fill out the skill tree. Now it's an issue. Y'all don't want to see me win. Y'all don't. You just got to be mad. I had an easier time with Mesmer than y'all did. It is what it is. I'll never win. The good thing is disingenuous levels don't matter. Even with the fragments, he still would hit hard. They don't want to give me my props. And fragments aside, that's not even a fair talking point because I explored and just played the game, right? Fragments aside, are we not going to acknowledge? Because we have the tape. Are we not going to acknowledge? I downloaded the attack patterns very quickly. Whatever. They want you to. This is what I said. This is why earlier I said I'm waving the white flag. I've realized I can't win. I suck. 16 hours, millennia. We get it, man. We get it. I'm terrible at these games, man. Meanwhile, you niggas is summoned. Matter of fact, let me do something real quick here. You had a katana though? Yeah, I had a sword. Oh, is that a problem now too? Because I used the great katana. Was it my weapon now too? First it was Moonveil carried. Motherfucker said I was Moonveil carried. I switched my build on stream. I didn't make no YouTube build. Now I had an OP weapon. Okay, now it was the sword. It was the sword now. Okay. It was everything. Let me pull up the stats on you niggas real quick, bruh. It's a losing battle. What them fucking achievements? Let's see right here. Where's she at? Did I pass it? Elden Lord, Malekith. Nah, it's an RPG. One of the core appeals of the genre is choice to military your stats in your favor. I just can't win. I cannot win. Godskin Duo, Sharon, Godfrey, Queen of the Great Room. What the fuck is Yo, I'm tired, bro. I cannot read. I can't find the millennia. I have 80% of the achievements. You passed it again. Yeah, my eyes are tired, y'all. I told y'all my sinuses was like fucking with me. Commander now. Godslang. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I can't read. What that say right there? What that say, chat? Because people love to be like, how you know? Everybody's a pro gamer. You're a cheater. Respectfully, we still have not even hit 50% of you have beaten millennia. We still have not. Let me repeat. I'm about to be on my Dr. Umar. We still have not beaten. 50% of you have not beaten millennia. 50% of you have not. We are not even at 40%. So need I remind you, everybody credit now, because I used the katana, that was OP. Because I explored, that was OP. Meanwhile, you niggas is using mimic tiers, summons, you using mods, seamless co-op, running with 6 niggas. You didn't even play Elden Ring. You did a World of Warcraft raid. That's what you did. You did a raid. Redon was not a boss fight. You did a raid. But I'm the bad guy. I can never win. We finna get back to it. Just accept you struggle with Mesmer and I didn't. That's what it is. The mother of fingers. Let's get to it. Mother of fingers. I think I know who this one was. You dodged. That was OP. I know, right? You rolled forward. That was OP. Don't get mad at me because you niggas got to the DLC and you still rolling backwards. Yeah, okay. I remember this boss fight. This is another boss fight. A lot of people said this is one of the hardest boss fights in the game. You're gonna get washed. Lock in, TBH. It wasn't even like 10 minutes into the fight. If you was in the stream, you can vouch. When did this even happen? This right here, I did this fight on stream. Every major fight I did on stream. Within 10 minutes of this fight, I downloaded her. I said, oh, you got to stay in front of her because you want to stay away from the sides with the fingers. She's trying to manipulate that. If you stayed in front of her, her attack pattern was very predictable, very slow. I just rolled forward and punished the whole time. This fight wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. I'm gonna put it at average too. It wasn't that hard to me. I don't think I spent more than an hour on this one either. It wasn't that hard to me. I used the new Holy Bleed clause and deleted that thing. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I think it only took you an hour or so to beat her, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember spending more than... There was only a handful of bosses where I spent more than an hour on. Like, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I don't do is I don't lie. I don't move goalposts. I have no problem showing my struggles. I don't hide it. Motherfuckers be like, you didn't beat Sekiro. When have y'all ever heard me debate that? I'd be like, you got it. You right. 16 hours of millennium. I'd be like, you got it. I don't even know why that's a talking point anymore. But when I bring up things that happened this past month, then it's a problem. I'm just saying we're moving the goalpost a little inconsistent. I concede the points. So are you going to beat Sekiro? I always said one day I'll beat it. And like I try not to make excuses. I feel like my heart wasn't really in Sekiro. I feel like Elden Ring was the first game. Sekiro was the first From Software game that I didn't like Dark Souls 2. Like that shit, it was clunky. It was the first game where I kind of halfway tried. But I feel like Elden Ring was the first game where I said, I'm gonna beat this game. Like I was determined. I don't think I was determined with Sekiro. But I'm not even gonna use that as an excuse. If you want to use that as a talking point against me, I say fair. You got it. I didn't beat it. I don't argue that shit. Somebody tried to cap on TBH's name saying it took him 15 hours on Redon. Yeah, somebody said it the other day too. I was like, whoa, you mixing the hours up. I was exploring in that first one. For real, I think you enjoy finishing. I might like it more now that I'm more into these games. It was your breaking type of game. Yeah, and then like Lies of P, I really enjoyed it. And then Jedi Survivor. But whatever, it's all good. Midra, the Lord of Frenzy. I remember this was the one in the forest. If you guys don't remember this, Elden Ring, Lord of Frenzy Flame. I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all are gonna get pissed off. If you was in the stream, I watched this nigga, bro. This is another. Who was in the stream? Back me up. Who was in the stream? Niggas in the chat, sit up. He cold. You about to get washed. I didn't get washed. I washed him. I dog walked this dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'd put him in easy. It took me like 30 minutes to beat this dude. You said I was there, and I could have beat him sooner, but I was being a dickhead. I was being a dickhead, and getting greedy. So he was a cool fight though, but he wasn't that hard. I figured that was another. I feel like people underplaying my ability to analyze a fight. You said it took longer during the cutscenes than actually killing him. I downloaded him real quick. If you struggling with that fight, he only shoots the madness in the front. You just got to stay behind him, and he's slow enough where you could just roll forward and get behind him. He was easy. The Putrid Knight. I'm not gonna lie, I did get stuck on him for like an hour. I'd put him at difficulty. I think that's the one on the horse, right? Remember, this is my list. You may not agree. Putrid Knight. Man, he was whooping you. Yeah, he was whooping me. I think I spent like an hour and a half, maybe two on him. I don't remember the exact time. But yeah, he was beating me up for a little bit. Yeah, the horse dude, he was fucking me up because of the delays. He was kind of annoying for me. Some of y'all might have found this fight easier. Once again, it's no cap in my rap. Like I struggled a little bit with him. Wasn't the hardest, but he was a little bit difficult. Do you think wrestling in school helped you analyze fights and opponents? I don't know if it was wrestling. That's just kind of how my mind works. I think the experiment when I fight these bosses and poison them. So yeah, I'm gonna put him at difficult because I struggled with him a little bit. That move with the horse where he would like jump you and shit, that shit was annoying. That fight was average for you. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I think I struggled with him a little bit more. I don't know why, but I did. Let's see. Next on the list is Redon. That's what's great about this game. Everyone's playthrough is different. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand your playstyle really dictates. And the weapons you use, the type of challenges you have. Somebody runs a bow and arrow, certain enemies are going to be easier. Versus somebody who runs a sword, certain enemies are going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? Redon is going S tier for me. I struggled with him. I ain't gonna lie. Specifically the second, I feel like I downloaded the first. Yeah, he's definitely S tier. This is by far, like, if the version of me that fought Millennia fought him, that might have been a 24-hour stream. He was hard. The first phase wasn't hard. I downloaded it really quickly. The second phase was hard, and it was more so, I'm not gonna lie, it felt like artificial difficulty at times. I felt like this fight was hard for me because of my eyes, man. Y'all know, man. Listen, my father got, I don't know if y'all know, my father got fucking cataracts. He got glaucoma. And you know, that shit is hereditary, so I'm not saying I am, but you know, sometimes my eyes be tired. You know, I'm slowly turning into Matt Murdock. I don't know, man. That fight was just bad for me, not because of the attack patterns, just the lights were fucking me up, bro. That shit is real. It's real. Oh yeah, and then the frame drops. That shit made it, right? You think he's the hardest fight in your whole game career? He's up there. I don't want to get too caught up in the moment, but I feel like at bare minimum, I could say he might be top 5 hardest bosses that I fought. He was difficult for me. And I have no problem. Like I said, there's no cap in my rap. I have no problem admitting that. A lot of the visual clutter, what happened to your 2020 as you get older. I tell you this, my jokes aside, my eyesight is fine, but one thing I will say, as you get older, and you won't understand until you get older, I notice my eyes do get tired much quicker. That's why I do try to wear my glasses. You be feeling it when you be up at 3 a.m. and shit like that. It didn't used to be like that, but my eyes wear down much quicker. That's the difference. And I feel like with the lights and shit, that shit did fuck me up. I think if I could redo this fight, I think I should have probably took a break sooner. Because when I came back that second day, I played much better. Yeah, shit be burning and stuff like that. So like, if I could go back and do this fight again, I think I would have. I was being hard-headed. I think I should have took a break sooner. But I'll eat my L. I'll eat my L. It took me a long-ass time to beat this dude. He was a hard boss. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He's definitely a difficulty spike. I think a lot of people still haven't gotten to him. I definitely took breaks during this fight. It was a lot. You starting to feel the strain behind your eyes. I didn't need glasses till I turned 30. That's why I started wearing glasses like 26, 27, because I wanted to get ahead of it. Like I could already tell the difference. I think a lot of people still have not beaten him, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter make lists of like the hardest bosses, putting shit on there that I just did not agree with. And I'm like, and one of the reoccurring themes is I didn't see Redon at the top of a lot of people's lists. And I'm like, a lot of people still haven't beaten the DLC, I think, because I wouldn't be surprised in the next year or two if people keep crying. They patched Millennia like 3 times. They patch him too. Maybe less visual clutter or something like that. Tried playing COD earlier today with the boys and my eyes were burning like hell. I really wish achievements were in the DLC. I agree. I'm 29, being on the game for more than 2 or 3 hours be messing with me energy-wise. It's draining. It's the blue lights. It fucks with you. That's why I encourage everybody, get some blue light glasses. It does help. It does help. And you don't realize it helps until you, like, get some blue light glasses, right? Put them on. Do your work from the computer at night or play your games. And then at some point, randomly, just take the glasses off. Just take the glasses off and you'll see that. You'll be like, ow. You'll see the difference. And then you'll be like, damn, I used to sit in this shit all the time. Get you some glasses if you get older. The best medicine is preventative. Take care of yourself, because Redon will fuck you up. I didn't fight him yet. I respect the honesty. I think a lot of people still haven't fought him yet. So that's where I put him. He's definitely S tier for me. Redon just has this cross slash move. I think they should patch it. All right, talk about the one where he would go 1, 2, and then he would go 3. There was one of them, he kept clipping me with them too. That shit was kind of hard, but it was a timing thing. You could dodge it, but it was really hard. I'm still on Mesmer. I respect it. I respect the honesty. There's some people out there that might be still on Mesmer, but we'll never know. We'll never know. He's better than me anyway. Okay, sorry, this was pretty funny. What is this? What is this shit? Lee Harvey Oswald. You saying that's the inspiration for Trump? Yeah, y'all gotta chill out. Y'all gotta chill out. No shooter memes. No shooter memes. Who is this? Rala, the Great Bear? Oh, same ones that said Mog was harder than Millennia. I mean, everybody's skill set's different, so it might have been for them. Both. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just go ahead and do both bears. They weren't hard. I'm gonna put them at easy. I watched both of them bears. There was literally no difference between either one. You just had to dodge right and keep moving. They were slow. The only thing that got me, and I'll put them at easy, I think I died to both of them once because they both had an AoE that I just didn't anticipate. But once I knew they did it, I watched them after that. Just so simply because I died, I'll put them at easy. But like they weren't. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put them at very easy. I'm going to drop them down because then that would imply they're on the same level as... Nah, he was a little bit harder, even though he was easy. Yeah, I got to chill with certain stuff online. I got to chill with staying certain stuff online. I'll put both of them there. The Red Bear, that was the dude you get the armor off of. I'm not going to lie. A lot of these one-on-one fights, they were easy. He's another one I think I died to once. After that, I washed him. You could just poke them down. I'm gonna put him under very easy too. The whole bear army. Is the arena like this thing on this list the one before Redon? The arena fight? I don't think it is, but we can add that. The NPC invaders don't count. They weren't on the list. I just went and searched different ones. If I don't see it. Because Moon Knight, yeah, I don't see it. But if I had to rank the jumping before Redon, I'd put that at difficult. I'd put it at a B tier. Where would y'all put the jumping at? We'll just do an imaginary one. I'll put the jumping at a B tier. It was hard, but it wasn't that hard. I figured it out pretty quickly. You had to finish them like all really quickly. The three little bears. But simply, and it was like artificial difficulty. You were getting jumped, so you had to play perfectly. But if you would have ran the ones, it wouldn't have been that hard. Stream ended for me too. Is my stream down? What? Is my stream down? It's up for me. Stream not showing. Nah, I can see it. What is going on with the internet today, bro? I feel like the internet, it's still going. Okay, now you good. Nah, Twitch is just being weird. Yeah, I can't even load my own stream. It is being weird. There's nothing I can do about it. JG was getting folded. I mean, it was a hard fight. I do think that fight. I think what it was is I had a great katana, a big ass sword. So JG had range too. I don't know. That was for a fight. Like I would say it was hard, but it wasn't the hardest. Moon Knight, Ronaldo the Moon Knight. This is one of the first bosses I've seen everybody posting on social media. What about those big fire monsters? I did it already. The fire golems, I put them at average. Just because they were tanky. The Moon Knight, this was one that everybody was I don't know how to grade her. I'm not gonna lie. S personally, this is one of the ones that was going viral, that was watching everybody. It's hard for me to gauge her. I want to say B though. The reason being is, if you watched me, I did spend a long time on her, but it's hard for me to gauge her difficulty because I realized I didn't have any fragments. I just ran to her. I found her by accident. I was exploring. And if you watched me fight her the first time, I think I fought her for like 4 hours. In terms of patterns, I was getting hella crits on her. I just was not doing any damage. I was tickling her. So I went and got some fragments. I came back and I washed her in one try. So it's kind of hard for me to gauge her because like I felt like I had her pattern down. I just wasn't doing no damage. You said, oh, now your fragment amount matters. Well, that's why I put her at difficult. I still put her at difficult. Because if I was, because how do you even gauge what level you're supposed to be at? If I was still at average level where I was doing reasonable damage, she would be hard, but I wouldn't put her at the most difficult. She was just a reflex test. Simply because I downloaded her real quick. I was just tickling her. I would still say she's difficult, but she wasn't the hardest. Same thing I did. I ran into her without any fragments. I think I got like, there was one point where I was getting like 3 crits on her. I think that's pretty impressive for somebody who was tickling her. You had to play damn near perfect. But I put her at difficult. She was hard, but I wouldn't put her as like the hardest. I was surprised people found her crazy hard. She took me about an hour and a half. Once again, skill level, or not skill level, different skill sets, builds matter. But she did present a challenge to me, but I don't think she was like the hardest to out there. It always mattered, but he never had any before getting to that fight. But after figuring out he need them, he beat her easy. That's how I felt until fighting Mesmer. I had no idea what the Skadooskis did until D-Man told me. Are you going to do a boss tier list for Wukong? Is that possible? They said there's 80 bosses. I don't know if that's possible. Like, that shit is a boss rush. If somebody makes a tier list, because I ain't going to make this shit. If somebody makes it with all the pictures, maybe. Fucking maybe. Shit. Y'all gonna agree or disagree? This is my list. That's what I put her at a B tier. Romania, the Saint of the Bud. We have to realize the beautiful thing about this game is you can play the damn game your own way. Stop gatekeeping individual players' success. I'm putting her at C tier. She wasn't hard. I'd argue she was probably the easiest of the like mainline bosses. And the crazy part is I think most people would agree with that. I watched her in like 30 minutes. She wasn't hard. And I feel like I would have did it sooner. The hardest thing about her wasn't her attack pattern. Downloaded that real quick. She had wonky hitboxes. If some of y'all want to argue D, go for it. I would say I'm gonna put her at average. Just because her hitboxes were kind of wonky. If her hitboxes weren't wonky, I would probably drop her down to D. But I felt like I was whiffing a lot with her, so I spent more time than I needed. But her actual attack pattern wasn't that hard. Oh yeah, she would be D if it wasn't for that hitbox. It did feel like artificial difficulty. She was one of the easier bosses. That's where I'm gonna put her at. I remember her. The Skadoo Avatar, the big ass sunflower. I'm gonna put him at difficult. I spent like an hour and a half on him. He was difficult. He wasn't as hard as these two, but he was one of the harder fights in the. You had to lock off the fucking camera. Yeah, it had 3 phases. That was fucking annoying. It was the only one that had 3 phases. The AoEs, he would shoot at you. The only reason I don't put it at an A or an S tier is because his attack patterns weren't that crazy. You could jump on her back and get crit staggers. I didn't even know that. I mostly stayed at her trunk. No, I stayed at her root. And I would hit her at the root. And then when the head was available, I would hit him at the head. But it was a hard fight. It was one of the harder ones. Not the hardest, but it was one of the harder ones where I did spend like an hour and a half on that one. I think I was way too overpowered for that fight because I best that thing in 2 tries. It'd be like that. I'm surprised you struggled with the Avatar. Really? Yeah. Skill sets. Everybody's skill set's different. I was thinking about that. I don't want to stress myself out. I was like, I kind of want to try out the seamless co-op mod. I wonder if like Siggy would be down to do that. Like, let's start a fresh build and just run through everything for shits and giggles. Let's do a Mickey playthrough. I would put her down to average. To each his own. I'm gonna put her at difficult because I'm not gonna lie, I did spend a little bit of time on her. The Tree Centennial 2 buffed. Who was it? I think it was Slate Hood. Oh, by the way, it's 2 Tree Centennials in the hinterlands. Be careful, you about to get washed. Nah. That was very easy. The 2 Tree Centennials, nah. I washed the fuck out them, bro. And I would drop them down to easiest. I think I died once. And it's because I was being a jackass, but I beat them pretty easily. They were pretty easy. There was actually 3. There was a 3rd one that appeared for me, and then if you remember, it disappeared. I thought it was like a glitch or something. Yeah, that was me. In this joint, it says 2 times, but a 3rd one did appear for me. I thought it was a glitch. Was there supposed to be a 3rd one? That's my take on it. Rakasha, or is that how you say his name? He was easy. All them NPC dudes. I think I died like 2 or 3 times. He was easy. It was supposed to be 2. IGN gave the first Descendant a 5 out of 10. Damn, that game is that bad. I actually ended up beating him though, so thanks for the advice you gave me at the time. True. Maybe it's a glitch because I only saw 2. So I killed 2. I remember I went up the hill. I came back and a third one appeared out of thin air. I went up to fight it and then it disappeared. I was like, what the fuck? So I thought it was a glitch. Tree Centennials were never hard. We were just underleveled. And also you didn't understand the mechanics. That's all it is. I think the Tree Centennial is a great representation of how far the player has come. Because I remember the first time I beat a Tree Centennial, it was on a horse. Just chipping away at him, moving, hitting, and running. Now I just pull up on it. I don't care. That shit, I think it wasn't even underleveled. I think it's just a lack of understanding on the mechanics. And then Jory, the Elder Inquisitor. Which one is that? Which, by the way, I love when I hear one of my beats in a YouTube video. Just love it. I was walking Aki earlier, and I was watching a random sports video. They were talking about the Detroit Pistons. And I said, wait a minute. I said, this beat sound familiar. Then I went into the description box. It was one of mine. I was like, that's what I like to see. Just random. Jory the Inquisitor. This is the boss right before you enter the woods. Oh, is this the one that was like summoning the shadow clone jutsus and shit? Tree Centennials are easier off horse in my opinion. It's because I didn't know how to fight them. Like a lot of people didn't when you first started playing it. I'm not gonna lie, I use them during my streams. I get as crazy as I have a whole different beat pack I still haven't released. One day I'll get around to it. Start my job on Monday after 1 year job hunting. Shout out to you, the come up. We see you. I remember him. He wasn't that hard. I think he killed me like 5 or 6 times. I don't think I spent more than like 30-40 minutes on this one. Another gimmick boss. You just had to stay close to them. Congrats though on the job. Yeah, I'm new to Souls games. My problem was being underleveled and not reading him. I mean, I sucked when I first played too. I sucked when I fought him too. I put it at average. Easier. I did spend longer on this one than those ones. Yeah, I put him at average. Was there any other boss? Was there? I know they didn't put the jumping before Redon. I would put that at B. Was there any other boss they forgot to put on here? I know y'all brought up what are those red ones? What are they called? Those red ones? Did you react to Trump getting shot? No, tell me about it. The invaders. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the invaders. The invaders were all easy to me. There's not a single invader I struggle with. I'd put every single invader at easy. Everyone I died to is because I was being a jackass. But like there wasn't one that I was like, oh man, I gotta really sit up and download the pattern. Bale made me feel like I was playing Monster Hunter. I feel that. You gonna try Once Human? If I got a bounty, if I got a sponsorship for it, I'll try it. I gotta check my bounty board. What about the Wolverine dude? Didn't I beat him like in one or two? I don't remember him being hard. I'd put him at easy too. Where's the Gaul Knight? He's there, right there. I put him at average. So yeah, this is where I would put my list. Overall, I would say, yo, shout out to Ruin Pharaoh. Overall, if I had to make an argument for myself in terms of the great GI Mickey Mouse war, I would say I had a great run. No, I'd say I had a good. I'm gonna be fair. I say I had a good run. There wasn't anything that I struggled with particularly too much until I got to Redon. And because I spent so long on Redon, that brings the average down. I think overall I played great. But right here, I wouldn't even say I played good. I would say I played average. And that brings the average down. So overall, I'll say my Shadow of the Erdtree run was good. If I did another run, now that I know how to fight him, it wouldn't take as long. Still be annoying. Nah, I think you had a great run. I'm trying to be humble. You know, people don't like to give me my clout. What do you think the increase of the Game Pass prices? Sucks. Never want to pay more. Especially when they're not adding any value. Other than Call of Duty. But overall, though, I said I had fun. You said a $4 tier run. No mimic tiers though, so you did great. No, apparently hold on. No, because I'm trying to be fair. Apparently running summons and mimic tiers doesn't matter anymore. If you're frustrated, you can just summon. It doesn't matter anymore. We moved the goalpost. Once we started not playing well. So I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it humble. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say it was a great run. Mesmer's a D for me. Damn, you must have bodied Mesmer. You said long sword of the west, the long sword of the west. I will say from my playthrough, y'all niggas don't stick to the script. Well, to be fair, Nomad. To be fair, when it came to the Mickey arguments in the group chat, I kind of stayed out of it. There was only one person that I was like, the footage is missing, but nobody else I ever came at. I honestly stayed the fuck out the conversations because I knew if I said anything, people were going to say millennia, blah, 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 blah. One person in particular loves to bring that up 2 years ago. And I'm going to be honest. It's a fair argument. I played like this is true. Thank you for backing me up, Nomad. Thank you. I've never been talking shit in the group chat. I stayed out of the World War Mickey shit. It was only one person I wanted to see footage on. And when people bring up the 16-hour millennia thing, I eat the L. I concede to the point. It was only when somebody got to one of the hardest bosses in this DLC, I laughed at it. I thought it was funny. I thought all was fair. I thought it was fucking funny. I didn't feel good about that. Oh, we can't laugh at you now. So when I brought it up on the podcast, then it became, well, you got carried by the moon veil. That's why you're doing good. So what did I do? I switched my weapon. Then the argument became, I'm still a better gamer than you. There was no talking. There was no counter to that. We kept moving the goalposts. Then he summoned a second time. Not once, but twice on 2 major boss fights. Regardless, I still will congratulate him. I've waved the white flag. I've realized I can't win. I waved the white flag. He's the better gamer. I've stayed out of it, and I will remain my word. I will not make any more jokes. So that's my list. I had fun. You actually built your build effectively and on stream with Chad's help. It wasn't a YouTube build. What's the name? So it is what it is. I've learned, the rules only apply to me. Once the rules get broken, then we move the goalpost. Either way, I still had fun with this DLC. Like I said, I gave it a 9 out of 10. My critiques, if you missed my uninstall video, my critiques on it, as much fun as I had on it, visual clutter, and then the performance. Another reason this boss fight was hard is the frame rate was dropping like a motherfucker. The frame rate was cool, except for in this fight and the Moon Knight fight. That was another reason it made it a little bit harder. I'm not trying to move the goalpost, but if you didn't beat the game on New Game 7, did you really play? I guess not. If the frame rate made it hard too. So that's the reason I dropped. I dropped a half a point because of the visual clutter, making some of the boss fights artificially difficult. And then I dropped another half point because of the frame rate was dropping. So I feel like a 9 out of 10 is an objectively fair